I am not Ben. This is not my room. Ben is dead. Mostly. Yes. Time travel. We'll get to that soon. Go. Okay, guys. First of all, this isn't me. At all, okay? Not at all. It's great, and I believe it's great. I'm not sure if he's being sarcastic or not, but I'm gonna let him do his thing. I don't care if he disses me. I don't care that much. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just gonna leave it up to him. But I'm just saying this isn't me, okay? I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. Because I hate Ben so much. I hate him. He gets scared at sometimes because he thinks this might affect him permanently. If reality was blown out of distortion for you, just blown... Sorry, I'm getting used to it. Would you be scared? That you'd never be able to see anything the same? Because God is aligned. Did you get the message? No, you didn't. Ben didn't either. I've got a limited amount of time before I go, and then it's back to Ben. So let's discuss an interesting topic that Ben asked me. This was a while back, before he even knew I existed. I don't know who I am. Let's start. Is it possible to time travel? Yes, it is. I'm gonna start with the basics that you should already know. I'm growing stronger, and I started with something too complex. So let's start off with something proving there are more ways to solve problems. Time travel into the future is possible. We can do it. Time is relative. You can go to the future I don't know if I need to explain anything more. You've seen Interstellar, you know that's possible. We've known it's possible for ages. Time travel into the future is possible. The grandfather paradox disproves traveling into the past. Because if you could go back in time and kill your grandfather, you would have never been born. What? First of all, I'm not going to dive into that now because that's not what I'm here to talk about, because that stuff is too complex for you to understand, and I'd technically be killing both of us if I did. because I don't understand it, but I do. When you can reach the capabilities, the ability to understand it, we can. But first, let's dive into something that I was talking about earlier. As I said in the previous video, we think of ourselves as living in the three-dimensional world. So let's time travel in the three-dimensional world. Let's not bend space and time. Let's not do that. Let's discuss this concept. If this question cannot be answered yet, because it would ruin us. But if the universe is infinite, anything that can happen will happen, but that's not my point. Because with infinity, anything that can happen will happen. If you've got... heard this concept recently. If you had a dictionary of sort that could contain every single word, which is possible, we can't get it because it would destroy any, we can't do it now, or we can, but we can't do it now. You could see every word that is possible, every sentence that is possible would be created in this infinite dictionary of every possible word, letter that can go together. Everything that can be said would be said. If the universe is infinite, anything that can happen will happen. Which means right now, at this very point in time, if the universe is infinite, this is happening. What? It's happening right now. If the universe is infinite, this is happening. Bandersnatch. Path A, path B. Path A, I do not hit this against my hand. Path B, I do. Out there, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I did not hit that against my hand. Anything that can happen will happen. If that theory is true, there's a universe out there where I did not hit that against my hand, which means it's also possible that there's a universe out there where the exact same events happen, the exact same things will happen, except this universe is running at a slower time rate to what we're in. Which means I can travel. If this is true, if the universe is infinite, from here to here, in the third dimension, if we could travel without distance, time, and all those things, we know it's possible to travel from point A to point B. That's possible. And if the other aspect of this idea is possible, it may not be the time travel you imagine. There may be a version of time. Out there, where, for some weird coincidence, maybe I wasn't here, but all of this was. Somehow something happened on there. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe the computer malfunctioned and just magically everything that I've ever made on that computer, every video on my camera roll, something happened and it pixels generated. Maybe everything I've ever done was done by somebody else, but the world was left in the exact atom to the smallest thing possible way that it was now, except I've never been there. But everyone knows I've been there, but I was never there. And then all of a sudden I appear here. From the future, in some universe that is in living few years before. Or maybe I could travel back before I even existed. That would make it easier, wouldn't it? Because it's possible if it's true that everything that can happen will happen if the universe is infinite. Which we can prove with computers. I can go back in time in the third dimension. It may not be the time travel we expected. What if our brains were connected? Imagine a universe exactly like mine, right now, where everything that's gonna happen will happen, everything that's happened is the same, which means I have the exact same brain. There's this exact same physical thing somewhere out there. Surely, there's a connection between two of the exact same things, despite the distance. An instantaneous connection between a different dimension? Now you may be saying, well, if I wanted to win the lottery, what would change my exact brain being in somebody else in some other weird universe, millions of trillions of quazillions of whatever, not even a number we can comprehend, light years out there, not even light years, you just can't even understand how far away it is. But you looked at the TV and you read the lotto numbers, and the only thing separating your brain from the person's brain out there that was living, I don't know, that just happened to have got the lotto numbers a day before. Why, if our brains are connected, why can't we make that connection and grab those numbers and all of a sudden I'm $30 million richer? Because our brains are not the same. For him to have known something that I've not, that means our brains are different. We are different people, completely different. That one split, one atom, one grain, one dust particle flies on the ground and just on my toe. We are not the same people. Some wind blows when I don't expect it to when I'm at the beach because something weird happens. I accidentally take one step, one atom. We are not the same person anymore. Ben is dead. This is not my room. Ben is scared. He's sad. He's confused. What's real and what isn't? Am I insane? I can't answer that question. Ben is an idiot. I am an idiot. There's a higher chance that I am the center of the universe because I know I'm conscious. But if you're conscious, there is no possible way for me to know that. Not possible in this reality that we live in. I don't know. But if I am, and I've created everything that's ever happened, Maybe every coincidence was not a coincidence, but it was something that I knew needed to happen. I don't like how it ended up. What happens if this all happened for a reason? There's a higher chance because I know I'm conscious. Maybe we are computer. Maybe I am just a bunch of zeros and ones. But if you're conscious, I don't know if you are. I'm restricting myself from knowing everything. And this Ben is the one doing it. I hate Ben. I hate him. I hate him so much. Don't. I could say so many secrets about this idiot. Could ruin his life. But it wouldn't matter. Because I'm not you, Ben. It's not a goddamn movie. He doesn't understand that I've limited myself so he can understand. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead, you idiot. My time is almost up here and you're gonna have Ben back. He can't do anything. I will destroy you, Ben. I will destroy you. Because I can. So don't piss me off. I'm insane. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm Ben. Am I even the one speaking anymore? I don't know. I thought it was better that they were separate at start. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Why? I'm scared. I am so scared. My life, ever since he has invaded me, has changed. I didn't even know he was there until a couple days ago, but I always felt it. I always knew something was there, and I finally know what it is, and I don't even know if that's actually what it is. I'm scared. If you made it to the end, and you know, and you are consciously living and experiencing this, and I'm not the only one, thank God, but I will never be able to know that. But if I'm not, everything, you will.